If you're watching this, I need you to listen carefully. I know this sounds insane, but I've been possessed by a ghost, a female ghost. And she's not just haunting me, she's turning me into her. It all started with a dare. My friends challenged me to explore the old Lancaster house. You've probably heard of it. It's the kind of place that gets passed around in every town's ghost stories. Decayed, abandoned, and full of rumors about disappearances and curses. Nobody believed the stories, of course, but everyone agreed it was creepy. When they dared me, I couldn't back out. I didn't want to be the coward of the group, so I said yes. The rules were simple. Go inside, stay for an hour, and bring back something as proof. Easy, right? When I got to the Lancaster house, the first thing I noticed was how wrong it felt. The air outside was cold, but not like normal cold. It cut right through me, straight to my bones. The windows were shattered, the front gate rusted and broken. Even the trees around the property seemed to twist unnaturally, their shadows reaching toward the house. But I wasn't about to chicken out. I pushed the heavy door open, and it groaned like it hadn't been moved in years. The air inside was thick and stale, and every step I took made the floor creak beneath me. The house felt alive, like it was watching me. I wandered through dark, empty hallways until I found a room that was completely different from the rest of the house. While everything else was dusty and falling apart, this room was pristine, untouched. Bookshelves lined the walls, filled with old leather-bound tomes. Glass jars filled with mysterious liquids and powders sat on a wooden table. And in the middle of the room, there was a massive, ornate mirror. It wasn't just a mirror. It was mesmerizing. The golden frame was carved with swirling vines and strange symbols, and the glass shimmered like water. I should have turned around and left, but I couldn't. It was like the mirror was pulling me closer. When I looked into it, at first, I only saw my reflection. But then, something moved behind me. A figure appeared, a woman with pale skin, long black hair, and piercing eyes. She was just standing there, staring at me. I spun around, but no one was there. My heart was pounding. I turned back to the mirror, and she was still there. This time, she smiled. Her lips moved, but I didn't hear words. I felt them, echoing in my mind. Stay with me. Before I could move, her hand reached out, from the mirror, and touched my chest. A jolt of icy electricity shot through me, and the world went black. I woke up back in my bed, sweating and gasping for air. I didn't remember leaving the house or even walking home. At first, I thought it had been a nightmare. But when I stumbled into the bathroom and looked in the mirror, my reflection wasn't quite mine anymore. My hair was longer, and my face was softer, almost delicate. My hands, once rough and calloused, were smooth and slender. Panic set in. I splashed water on my face, but nothing changed. Then, I heard it. A laugh. Soft, faint, but unmistakably there. "We're going to have so much fun," a voice whispered in my mind. Over the next few days, things only got worse. I started losing time. I'd wake up wearing nail polish I didn't remember putting on or find my hair styled in ways I'd never do myself. Once, I blacked out for hours and woke up to find my room completely transformed. The walls were painted a soft pink, stuffed animals covered my bed, and a vanity full of makeup sat where my desk used to be. My closet was no longer mine. My hoodies and jeans were gone, replaced with dresses, skirts, and blouses. I wanted to scream, but when I opened my mouth, my voice was softer, higher. She wasn't just changing how I looked, she was changing how I thought. At first, it was little things. I'd catch myself humming songs I didn't know or noticing details about clothes and makeup I'd never cared about before. Then, I started seeing guys differently. I couldn't help it, especially Ethan, a guy from my class. He was charming, confident, and every time he smiled at me, I felt butterflies. But I knew these weren't my feelings. They were hers. Whenever I fought back, she took over completely. One night, I woke up to find myself in front of the vanity, my face fully made up. I was wearing a red dress, and my hair was styled into loose waves. The mirror in front of me wasn't showing my reflection, it was showing her. "You're beautiful," she said. I tried to scream, but my voice came out as a soft giggle. My body moved on its own, twirling in the dress as if showing off. When I finally regained control, I ripped off the dress and threw it across the room. But the damage was done. A part of me liked it. At school, no one seemed to notice the changes. My friends treated me like I'd always been Abby. My parents didn't even blink when I started wearing makeup and dresses. It was like the world had rewritten itself around Abigail's influence. Then Ethan asked me out. I wanted to say no, but Abigail made me nod and smile. She dressed me in a flowy skirt and blouse, styled my hair, and sent me off. I hated every second of it. Or at least, I told myself I did. Because deep down, I wasn't sure where I ended and Abigail began. Weeks turned into months, and Abigail's hold on me grew stronger. My thoughts became hers. My body was hers. I barely recognized myself anymore. Every time I looked in the mirror, she smiled back at me, her reflection overlaying mine. "You're almost ready," she whispered. That's when I realized the truth. Abigail wasn't just possessing me. She was replacing me. So, if you're watching this, listen carefully. If someone dares you to explore a haunted house, or if you see a mirror that doesn't feel quite right, don't go near it. Abigail Lancaster is still out there, waiting for her next victim. And if you're not careful, she'll make you hers.